According to the World Bank, 79% of Nigerians are being threatened by poverty. Now, World Bank talking and say 70% of Nigerians remain poor despite Jagaban reform. Now, Obi say he blame corruption for the level of poverty in Nigeria. Now, he talking and say everything where they happen in Nigeria, as far as poverty is concerned, now because of Jagaban corruption, that is why millions of Nigerians are trapped in poverty. Now, Article 5, another one say, look, Jagaban say corruption and mismanagement of the economy, now they lead to all the level of corruption where they happen for Nigeria. Now, we won't break down the report from World Bank. If you know anybody where they say they support Tinubu or Obi, send this video to them, because this one, it come from World Bank. Nobody will say, now because na Igbo, now because na APC. No, this is from a reputable institution, non-partisan. They have no political affiliation. So we'll look at they talk. The first thing they talk, they say 79% of Nigerians are poor or vulnerable despite economic reforms. The Kotokan say this Nigerians say 61% of Nigerians live below the national poverty line. These are Nigerians that live on less than $2 a day. 61% of Nigerians. Now what I'm talking say 33% of Nigerians are ultra poor and unable to meet minimum food standard. 31% of Nigerians now be say they go 001 or 000 because no food for house. And I say 139 million Nigerians are currently living in poverty. This data where they see now today, now World Bank drop this information. World Bank come say, look, they get some good news. So Tinubu guys, they can celebrate the good news. More look at it, say the economic growth is projected to be between 3.5% to 3.9% for this year and next year. The Kotoka say Nigerian foreign reserve say it don't pass $42 billion. Now, let's talk say the budget deficit has narrowed. Budget deficit, that means the money we plan to go spend and we plan to go borrow. So that they say it don't they narrow. That this time, I mean that the revenue that the government is raising, that they don't narrow the budget deficit according to them. They say investors' confidence have improved according to the World Bank. Let us say, but inflation continue to reduce purchasing power. In the UK, inflation is currently 2.8%. While in the US, it is 3.8%. In Nigeria, it is almost 16%. Now, what you come with this inflation? Inflation might be the value of the money where you get, what you use and buy for market. The more the inflation go high, the more less you go buy with your money. The lower the inflation, come like say the money can't get power if you buy many, many things. So inflation, according to them, is a problem. Household income remain weak. According to the World Bank, they say social protection program is Nigeria. Only 8% of Nigerians receive some form of social protection according to the World Bank. They say Nigeria economic crisis. They say about 3.3 to 4 million Nigerians now they enter the labor market every day. So now university graduate, people here they turn 18, people say they find work between 3 to 4 million. Remember, Nigeria know they create 400,000 jobs in a year, but we get people where they find job, where they enter. The one we already they will not get, we never count them, but the one where they enter every year, now between 3 million to 4 million every year. They say in the next 10 years, 16 million Nigerians go enter the labor market. They find job, they go for everywhere. So if you they watch me now, you be a young person, don't look for a job, but maybe think of what you do with your hand, because as they say, I go hard more. They say 1 in 4 youths is not in education or employment. They just they roam around the street, they go, they smoke it, go, they don't do anything with their life. 1 in 4 youths not in education or employment. And that one they call NEETs. They say 14% of Nigerians, now people say they get job, they only ask for urgent 2K because of them everywhere. Only 14% of the population. Now that's why what I'm talking about, say the easiest way to address poverty in Nigeria, it is through job creation. The economic say poverty also has a crisis on human capital. 84% of Nigerian children between the age of 5 to 14, and if you read 84% between the age of 5 to 14. Imagine what the future holds for somebody who say, enough, you read that right. 86% of Nigerians do not have access to electricity. And when it comes to the impact on these numbers of people enough, you read, it means say there'll be low productivity, low income, high poverty, and high crime. If people don't go to school, they don't learn work, my brother, my sister, trouble deal. I don't want to say, children, when we say their life, they had today, as we talk now, the number they high. Children just say they live for pachoko because they don't see food eat. Now, I'm going to be the impact on the ordinary Nigerians, because this channel, I not just they bring story, and they break down that, they analyze to look at the impact on our people. Number one, high cost of living. Inflation continue to be the biggest driver of waiting your money if you get. Transport, basic essential, inflation is still a big problem. Limited job opportunity. Millions of Nigerians have given up on looking for job because they don't find job. They don't tire themselves. Growing poverty and vulnerability. More Nigerians are living in poverty and they are vulnerable due to exploitation because of what they happen. Reduced life. The average life expectancy for Nigeria today now 54 years. That's the average life where you will live. Where you will buy. That not mean some people don't live more than that, but that's the average life expectancy. The uncertainty continue to drive a lot of young people into illicit things. Now we don't do the research around the world. Countries like Singapore, the US, the UK, countries that have been able to achieve economic prosperity for their people. There are 5 things where all of them do. And these 5 things, it is not a coincidence. See, all these countries where we say they don't feel achieve better things do. Number 1, they fight corruption. Corruption is the greatest elephant in the room. If you don't fight corruption, forget time. Nothing will happen. Corruption. That is why the reason why I personally do not like Tinubu is because corruption has been normalized. I do not have anything against Tinubu. I agree with some of his economic policies, like floating the naira. I think that was a good idea. But corruption, no society can strive and achieve great things when corruption becomes normalized and the person that is leading the country doesn't lead by example. When the leader starts awarding contract to himself, which is in breach of the law, you are telling people that this is how you should live your life. Una steal as much as una lie. Number 2, invest in education. The international target set by the UNESCO is around 13% of your GDP should be invested in education. But Nigeria today is barely spending less than 5% on education. And even that one said they never implement the budget. That is why some people say something is wrong with these people. When say they want to increase NECO at a time where they see figures like this, it means that you hate Nigeria. Create the enabling environment for entrepreneurship to flourish. Create the enabling environment for businesses to flourish. In the UK, for instance, if you want to set up a company, it takes less than 1 minute to set up a company in the UK. You can do everything online. And to open a bank account, it takes less than 2 minutes. In 5 minutes, you don't do everything. If you have good credit, you will have access to loan from the bank from the day you set up the company and your account if you have a good credit. They have access to liquidity. In Nigeria, there are a lot of people that have good ideas, but they do not have access to loan. The business environment is so unfriendly. Corruption, you have to bribe to do things to create jobs. And Nigerians do not celebrate job creators. They celebrate armed robbers instead of celebrating people who say they need to create job for us, like Dangote and others. We need to create an enabling environment for us to have 5 Dangotes. If we have 5 Dangotes, there will be competition, there will be job creation, the price of petrol will come down and more jobs will be created. Also know that Nigeria need to diversify economy because all the countries that don't achieve economic stability and progress that people, they have diversified their economy. The question where I want to ask you now, after you hear what World Bank talk, say your life today under Emperor Jagaban. Say your life today, are you better off or worse off? Put your comment in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Peace.
Oh my, this is one channel I do. Yes. God bless Frankie Z for this great analysis in your stand because more things they go on for this country in your stand. Still they go on. So with all this thing where they go on, so this inflation, many things, this thing going down in your stand, going down to the same election in your stand. So because if you see people if you see people where they do well for this country, people where they do well for this country, out of 100%, you understand? The rest are passed through a lot. You get me? Well, it is well.